Today I'm going to be coaching you through a 27 kill win that I had recently, and there's really a few things that I want to pay attention to in particular throughout this gameplay. But first things first, let's talk about this early game right here. I'm able to grab the Whitley and I immediately go challenge these guys on roof. Why? Well, one of them only has a pistol, one of them just grabbed the gun, so I'm going to go ahead and take advantage of that while I can. Now TCap's able to get enemy number 2, and I'm going to go ahead and wipe enemy number 3 here. Could we have farmed this team? Absolutely, but at the end of the day, Control is a little bit of a tougher place to farm teams. Why? Well, you get people flying back in on top of roof, you get people that are down below you, all of a sudden you're getting challenged from both ways and you end up getting pinched. So we decided to go ahead and wipe there and go ahead and make sure that we win our early game. Now, if you've caught me on a YouTube stream before, you know that I love to land prison, but important note here, we noticed that there wasn't a buy station at Grandma's house. So kind of one big tip for early game for you is, yes, you want to land in the same spot every game and be comfortable, but also pay attention to where the buy stations are. Last thing you want is to land a place, you win it, and then you can't actually get your loadout, which is our main objective anyway. Now, moving forward, kind of 3 things that I want to pay attention to. First things first is this is a continuation of my video yesterday where I talk about changing your playstyle. Rebirth is super campy right now. Well, it's both. You got teams ratting it up and just camping in corners, but you also have teams that are stacking and it's been super sweaty. So we need to change our approach a little bit. Play a little bit more patient. You're really going to see that throughout this gameplay. Second is centering. We're about to see that coming up here where I don't necessarily know exactly where this person is. I know that there's one in here. I hear footsteps, but watch how I center around these corners. I'm anticipating this guy, and notice that I grab tracker right there. That's important to note. Lootable perk, I grab tracker. It actually gives a pretty decent advantage when you grab it. I don't think you should run tracker, but at the end of the day, if you grab it, that's a great addition to what you already have. But notice that I'm centering around these corners. I'm not totally sure where exactly anybody is. Now I hear the buy station go down. So we're going to go ahead and push this way. The last thing that I really want to pay attention to is my decision making, how I'm making decisions and why I'm making decisions. Now, as I push up here, notice that I have 2 people on this side right here, and I'm in a really good spot, right? If I get shot right here and take damage, I can easily push down the stairs, push back into cover, replay, and then re-engage. But notice also when I go ahead and challenge, I'm able to get the first down right there. I'm able to basically have that guy a bullet. So now I push across and I switch to my Blixen. I'm pushing into close quarters. I want to move a little bit faster since I'm caught out in the open right here. So I'm going to go ahead and switch my guns. Notice that I did not know that guy was in there, but I'm actually ready for that person. We're able to get the down and pay attention to information right here. 1 over by the car and 1 is right down below me. So I'm immediately going to challenge this guy below me. I've got full plates. I've still got 39 rounds in the Blixen. So I'm going to go ahead and take advantage of this information while I can. I don't want this information to change too much. I'm able to get that down and thirst. Do I take a lot of damage? Absolutely. But notice, especially with the UAV up, I know that I'm still in a good spot. Now, going back to what I talked about, playing a little bit more strategic, not putting ourselves in bad situations, not putting ourselves in 3-stack situations. You're going to see me make about 4 rotations through prison right here. Basically, take the stairwell 4 times. We already saw time number 1. Here's going to be time number 2. And each time is for a very specific reason, or the reason that I don't continue what I'm doing is a very specific reason. I'm able to tag that guy up a little bit. As I'm pushing across, I see the guy slide across, right? So now I know that there's 2 people in here, especially because of the live ping from Combat Scout. So right here, I'm able to get the down, but I take a lot of damage. I am half health at this point. I only have 75 health left. So I'm going to go ahead and play smart here. I'm not going to challenge that second guy. I'm just going to go ahead and stim. I'm going to go ahead and pull back. I'm going to plate up, and then we're going to figure out how we can get back into this fight. At the end of the day, they have to make a decision. Are they going to res? Or are they not going to res? That's up to them right there. So we're going to go ahead and push this way, see what we can find. By the way, we got a new subscriber. If you are looking to get better at Rebirth, just consider hitting that subscribe button down below. I do videos every single day and live stream on YouTube 4 days a week. So if you want to know when I'm posting and going live, make sure you turn on that notification bell. Now, a little bit late checking that corner. I do check that corner, but I probably would have been dead to that guy already. I'm going to go ahead and third party this. I'm able to get that second player down. Now, these 2 players are fighting, so obviously 2 teams here. I'm going to be able to get a lot of information from both of these thirsts. 2 people right down below me, 1 person back by zip. So let's go ahead and challenge this team that's right below me here. Got to be careful though, because they are playing close together. So we want to keep that in mind, that they're playing close together, and we're looking for another easy pick right here. TCap goes down. Got to be a little bit smart. Obviously playing duo trios right here. I didn't say it was trios. It is trios. We didn't get a teammate, so TCap and I are playing duo trios. And I hear one out front here. Now, as I go ahead and approach this guy, we're in a pretty even 50-50. So I'm actually going to drop shot here. And notice how he actually shoots above me a little bit. That's what gives me the advantage. He misses a bullet, which is what gives me that advantage. We're able to get that down and thirst 1 above me. So we're going to pull back here. We're going to replate. Drop shotting's tough, guys. Drop shotting is one of those where, like, within that 5 to 10 meter range, it's good. Outside of that, it's very high risk, high reward. But you know, even in that 5 to 10 meter range, it's a little bit risky because, you know, you're leaving yourself a little bit more susceptible to headshots. 0 to 5 meters, it's great. 5 to 10, it's okay, and it works out. Sometimes doesn't work out. Others, above 10 meters, it becomes really easy for your enemy to hit headshots. Now, this is why I love Combat Scout right here. Watch how easy this is to figure out this guy's re-challenging me. And I even pre-fire, right? I get the live ping there that he's actually going to be re-challenging me, and I just go ahead and pre-fire that. Allows me to really get a kill while taking half a plate of damage. It's a pretty easy kill right there. We're able to hit shots. 1 over in bunker building, 1 all the way back. Now we've got 9 kills. We got 10 other teams. Didn't really realize I was on a good game just yet. I actually don't think this is a great game. I'm on 20 bomb pace, but we ended up dropping 27. It could have been 30 had I pushed a little bit quicker. But again, this was, I've been struggling lately, so I was really focusing on playing smarter, being more strategic about the fights that I put myself in. We're gonna have a little bit of trigger patience here, right? I don't shoot him the first time. I'm gonna go ahead and tag him up here. Now I get the live ping. I'm able to see him around the corner. That guy hit me actually pretty good there for, you know, me having that much of an advantage, but we're able to replay and get right back in. Now there's one guy that's kind of pushing lobby, or 2 above me, right? I don't know exactly where they are, but I'm gonna go and act on the information that I have. Both those guys are top prison. I'm gonna make a quick decision to go ahead and push over here to Grandma's, and notice how I'm immediately acting on information, especially in these hot areas. The longer that you wait to act on information, the more it's gonna change. So if I don't push this guy immediately, there's a chance he pushes down the stairs or up top or somewhere else. Instead, I know exactly where he is. I'm going to go ahead and execute right there. We take 1.5 plates of damage, 2 other people down, and Nova 6 right there, which TCAP's already taken care of, so we're going to go ahead and rotate away. We've got 11 kills, still 10 other teams, and this lobby just stays very healthy. Obviously, I have Tracker to my advantage, like I mentioned earlier. I think I mentioned it earlier with the lootable perk. I run Combat Scout for my perk 3. I don't think Tracker is that good of a perk 3. Just choosing it, like, I don't think it's more beneficial than Amped or Combat Scout, but if you can find it on the ground, it is a huge advantage. Not totally sure where anybody is at this point, so we're just going to go ahead and be centering. And notice how I'm always centering around corners. By the way, this is just absolutely nasty. One thing that I want to talk about here is kind of right here, it dawns on me that I don't have the advantage. He got first shot on me, so I'm actually going to go ahead and make a move here, which you're going to see, and this is absolutely nasty. I even hit the bunny hop. I do talk about sometimes that I don't necessarily bunny hop on purpose. What this technically is for me is a long jump peak to then trying to jump while shooting, which then gives me that bunny hop. But you know what? We'll take it. It pushes me a little bit out further, and I'm able to get that clean kill, or somewhat clean kill. I'm able to make a move there, and that's where, because I don't have that advantage, I go ahead and make another move, which gives me kind of that small window of opportunity that I need to get that down. Now we've got 13 kills. We've got 9 other teams still up here. I hear one right around the corner here, just not totally sure where. And this is where we start to talk about playing smart, playing a little bit more strategic. Down below, one flying in this way. So we're going to go ahead and get the down right here. Now, as we go to challenge, once again, don't have the advantage, immediately going to pull back. Now, I've got one to my right side here, so we're going to keep moving. And I actually kind of think I'm dead here. I think I calmed that I'm dead here. But one thing I've been working on is, in this situation, I would just keep moving, right? I'd constantly be repositioning. I'd constantly be plating while moving. I'm actually going to slow down right here, okay? So I'm going to slow down knowing that I have cover until I can put at least one more plate in, and then I can push further behind cover, as opposed to trying to constantly plate while moving and leaving yourself susceptible to getting shot in the back, knowing that that person's going to be anticipating you. Now, as I challenge around the corner right here, I've got 50 rounds in the STG, got full plates. Let's go ahead and challenge. Challenge around the corner. We slide right there. We're able to get the down and thirst. This was the one death that I had, and I just didn't register this information as quick as I could have. So I noticed that there's one above. It kind of dawns on me right here that this guy is on rooftop or right around there. I could have easily pushed kind of back where that guy was along this side right here and been okay, but I end up going down right here, and the rest of the game we're going to pick up another 13 kills, super clean here. Thankfully, I can land on loadout. I think tomorrow I'm doing a video on how to regain, so make sure you check that one out as well. I hit communication tower. It's the benefit of having that cash flow change. I don't know if you remember that they changed the cash flow. Instead of dropping 80% of your money and keeping 20%, you actually keep 50% and drop 50%. So when you're flying back in, you actually have more cash than you did a few weeks ago. We're going to go ahead and challenge this guy right here. All I need is 1 kill to regain, in the sense. I get plates, I get ammo. Now, unfortunately, that guy didn't have any extra plates, so I'm not fully regained just yet. I'm still at a disadvantage if I go ahead and challenge anybody, but because of the health change, because they changed to 300 health, there's actually still a window to win these gunfights. You can win these gunfights more than you could before. T-Cap's in a little bit of trouble, so I'm actually going to go ahead and help him here. We don't usually play this close together, but I was already over here. He's in a little bit of trouble. I'm able to get that down right there on that guy that's a bullet. We get the thirst, and now we're kind of fully back. And now I've got plates, now I've got ammo, now I got some information that there's people above me. Now we're kind of in a groove again. We've got 16 kills. See this guy flying in. Unfortunate auto mantle, plus I didn't really hit shots clean there. I probably could have gotten that down, but unfortunately just didn't execute as well as I could have. 16 kills. We got 8 other teams still alive. I hear one right below me, so we immediately go challenge. Now let's see what the information is. Information, one on my level backside that way. So we actually decide to kind of farm. I probably actually was going for that wipe right there, but he is broken at that point, and we're able to keep him alive. That team's going to respawn back in. And we're just looking to, when it comes to farming kills, just looking to give ourselves more opportunities to get kills, letting people fly back in. We hear one around the corner. Let's talk minimap here for a second. This is where I do talk about we didn't farm this. We probably could have farmed this a little bit better, but I break right there. I go and immediately challenge while I have the advantage. I get the down and thirst. Notice the minimap, right? Immediately notice that there's one on my level, so I have to immediately challenge this. I could run away and farm this, but I'm going to go and immediately challenge this, and that's something that you can't miss. A lot of you are missing that critical piece of information, and you end up getting broken by that guy. That guy ends up chasing you, ends up killing you. You need to immediately check that minimap, almost as you're thirsting that guy, being able to then realize he's on your level, understand that, and then make a decision about whether you want to challenge or not. Now, I'm in a situation where we tend to farm a lot more because of the fact that we are better players in the lobby. We're generally 1 and 2 in most lobbies that we're in. So we tend to farm pretty much everybody besides like these super sweaty teams. Right there, ultimately, though, I decided to go ahead and wipe that guy. We see that people are up top here, Nova 6. Just not totally sure where they are. We catch a quick glimpse, but it's really tough to actually get an angle there. Let's go back to farming, by the way. If you are looking to get better, you should be farming teams that you are better than, that you are confident that you can consistently kill. So some of you may not be at the point where you can farm teams, and that does prohibit you from getting 30 kill games, but you can still drop a 20. Now we push in immediately. We hear the door shut. We're able to get that down and thirst. Notice that one is flying in above me, but some of you are at that point where you can start to farm some teams, and you should be doing that more often, making an effort to. Fortunately, my light just went out, but you know what? It is what it is. We're going to keep rolling with it. Now, occupation scan. Look, whether you love this or hate this, it's part of the game, so go ahead and use it to your advantage. I originally said I was never going to drop down for it, but at the end of the day, it is an advantage to drop down. So if you're in a situation where you can, go ahead and drop down and use the information. I always talk about that information is the most important thing besides execution. We talk about confidence equals information plus execution, right? So now I have information. I just got free information. I didn't have to pay for it, didn't have to complete a contract for it, didn't have to do anything. I just got free information. One thing that you do have to keep in mind with the occupation scan event is that it doesn't show everybody, right? So you could have enemies who go prone as well who are not on minimap. So you can't fully rely on what is on your minimap. You still have to be strategic, but it at least gives you a sense of where some people are. Now, I hear one pushing up this way, so we're going to go in and challenge. Watch this little hesitation right here, and I'm going to go in and slow this down. Watch the hesitation. I jump to see him. I'm able to get the break. Watch the hesitation, slight hesitation. I don't immediately re-challenge this, especially because I have the live ping. Now, that little hesitation gives me the opportunity to challenge from a slightly different angle, throws him off just enough to get that down and thirst. We've got 22. We've got 5 other teams. And I actually didn't realize that I probably could have dropped 30 here, but this was first game on. This was first game back in trios after a pretty, after a few days away. So I really wanted to focus on playing more strategic, not being too over aggressive and putting myself in bad situations. Now we down one right there. We get the thirst. We now see more people on top Nova 6. We get the down and thirst right there. One person down below me, one person on my level. And this is where I talk about endgame, right? So endgame, 2 questions we always ask. Where's your power position? Where's your cover? Got a ton of cover right here. I've got good positioning against any team that's rotating from Nova 6 and most teams rotating from headquarters. That allows me to pick up free kills. That's one of the most important things with End Circle is not only putting yourself in a position to win, but if you have good positioning with power positioning cover, then you pick up a lot of free kills. I talked about in my anatomy of a 20 bomb video that all we want is 4 kills. I'm going to go ahead and chase here. By the way, hip fire everything. I'm going to go ahead and hip fire this. Boom. Don't even think about ADSing. We're able to get that kill, right? Anatomy of a 20 bomb. I talk about you need to pick up 4. If everything goes well and you pick up 6 in the first circle, 6 in the second circle, 4 in the third circle, then all of a sudden all you need is 4 in the end circle, which by the way, is very easy to do if you just put yourself in a good position, right? I picked up 5 or 6 kills in this end circle, if not more. I'm not sure exactly what the number is, but I pick up a lot of kills in this end circle simply because of my positioning, simply because I put myself in a position to hold people out of circle. So I hope you found today's video helpful. As I always say, let's get better today, and I will see you tomorrow.